gonna tell you a little about my career when we get to it.
Okay. So getting back, you come to University of Louisville, recruited by John L. Smith and his staff, correct?
Right.
Okay. So then in the last year, so did you redshirt the first year, or did you come straight in and start playing football?
The first year I came in, I redshirted because I didn't pass like the ACT or the SAT. So like I had good grades, but I couldn't just pass the test. So I had to be like a partial qualifier, and I redshirted my freshman year.
Okay. So then you played with Bobby Petrino after that, and you guys had a great run there for a little while. Pretty much put Louisville back on the map after Schnellenberger.
Yes, but that same year when John L. was here before he left, we had high expectations. We were number 17 in the country, where they were going as a Heisman, trophy runner. So that year just didn't go good for us, but we beat Florida State, the number 3 team in the country. So we had a young team, and we used to look at that game and be like, we just used all the freshmen that we had that year, we can make a turnaround. And even when Bobby came in, he even brought up that Florida State game, like, the reason I want to come here because I think we can win, and y'all all, young players. So he came in and did a good job.
Tell us a little bit about the demeanor of Bobby Petrino and what he brought to the program and what he meant to you as a player at his time in Louisville.
Bobby was great. He was just like a father on the field. Like, he was just so smart. He was very disciplined. And, that's something that you need in life. And, like me, I didn't see it as he was a bad character, type of guy where some people think when they see his expression and the way he just communicated. But the way I saw it, he was just about business. And, you're there for a reason. You're there, to get the education and play football. And so that's what he expected you to do. So that's the way I took it, and I ain't never had no problems.
So you played in the GMAC Bowl in 2003, and you also played in the NCAA tournament with Coach Rick Pitino. You played for Bobby Petrino and Rick Pitino in the same year. Tell us a little bit about that little magical ride there in 2003 where you got to be at the big table in both sports, which is a rarity among college players in general.
That probably the greatest time of my life, college, because I was a dual sport athlete. And, when you play football, some people don't know who you are because you got a helmet on. But I didn't ever have that problem because I played basketball, so everybody knew who I was. And just going to the GMAC Bowl. I think we lost to Miami, Ohio. With Ben Roethlisberger. So he's a great quarterback. And then just to have the opportunity to just go to the NCAA tournament, it was just a very beautiful run that year. Like, that's probably just the greatest time of my life because I got to experience 2 great things. And, you can't even count, the guys on your finger who done that, in their career. So I think that's very special to me.
So after the bowl game, you joined the basketball team. How did all this go about? How did Coach Pitino come to you, or did he go to Petrino first, or how did all this materialize, Josh?
See, a lot of people saw me, play football, but coming out of high school, I was a high school All-American. I was an ENA Sport All-American, top 20 player in the country since my sophomore year, and they had high expectations for me. Like, Coach Pitino even walked up to me and said, "Hey, I want you to go hard because we're looking for you to come in and start." That's the year I redshirted, but it was me, Francisco, and Eric Brown fighting for that, that shoe guard position. And, Eric Brown started out starting, then Francisco just kind of came out of nowhere and just took it. But, they had high expectations for me when I was coming out of high school. I was a, All-American basketball player.
So tell us, recant the players that were on the team in 2003 when you joined. Who were all the players that you played with on that 2003 squad?
For the most, rest in peace, Marvin Stone, Reese Gaines, Brian Northern, Luke Whitehead, Ellis Miles, Otis George, Larry O'Bannon. It's just a long list. Even, come on, Shannon, help me out.
Did we have Taquan in there?
Yeah, we had Taquan and Francisco. And we also had one more guy, Corey Riggs.
Yeah, that's right.
And Simon Naynor. So we had some good players came in the year that we played in 2003.
So that was back when you played in Freedom Hall. How did you like the Freedom Hall experience overall when you did play in Freedom Hall? Hall with the team?
Freedom Hall was great. It was always a sold out crowd. You know, the noise was loud. The fans were always into it. And then just at the end of the day, just we couldn't lose on that court. You know, just the time I played, I don't even think we lost unless it was just us not playing the ball, because the fans kind of helped us win. You know, all the games when like Coach P first got here, because it was games people didn't thought we were gonna win, but you played us at home. You know, it was just on.
So in that run going in 2003, recant the trip. Who did you face first, and then where did you go from there? When you got to the tournament, when you got to the tournament, who was the first team you faced in 2003?
The first team was Austin P.
Okay.
So we played Austin P. I think we beat them by like 55. So I got some playing time that game, and I remember this moment because me and Simon Adolph was on a fast break, and the only thing I was thinking about, like, when I get this ball, I'm gonna dunk, hang on the rail, get a technical foul. You know, so I was just ready for that moment, and just Simon just kind of gave me that no look, and he went up and jammed it at the end of the game, and but it was a great experience though. But we played Austin P and beat them by I think 50.
Damn, that's awesome. GMAC Bowl, how did that? You lost to Ben Roethlisberger. How brutal of a game was that? Miami of Ohio had a really good team that year, and Big Ben's record speaks for itself in Pittsburgh. So recant a little bit of that bowl trip experience for us, Josh.
The first thing, we had like a luncheon, and they were sitting on one side and we were sitting on one side. So they had Ben Roethlisberger up, and then they had Steph on the forwards. And just he was standing by Stephon, and he was just so tall. So we were just like, man, it's gonna be a long night, because we knew he was gonna read all over the field. You know, he could see all his receivers. But at the same time, we had a great offense. You know, we were still young, but we still were like number 3 in the country that year. But I think Big Ben was number 2. So it was a good game at the beginning, and then, you know, they kind of got away. But don't remember, we went to the GMAT Bowl back-to-back years. We lost to Brian Leftwich, who also was a great quarterback, who was backing up Big Ben in Pittsburgh.
So, Don, you want to add anything? He broke his leg, right?
He broke his leg the game before that, because his team had to carry him up and down the field. But it was a couple of incidents times that they had to carry him against us too.
And then out of high school, you didn't even play football your senior year, right?
I played 16 games of football in high school. I didn't play my freshman year. I played my whole sophomore year. There were 10 games. Played 6 games my junior year, and I just kind of like, I was the number 8th basketball player in the country, and I just thought I was just gonna play basketball.
So did you get recruited just for basketball to UNLV?
They recruited me in both, but they really liked me in both. They used to come to my house, you know, all the time, and you know, I had a great relationship with John L. Smith at the time, and Coach Crum was here, and you know, when I was in high school. But I developed a good friendship with them guys, and a lot of Deion Branch is my best friend. He from Albany, Georgia too. We're from the same hometown, so he kind of, you know, reeled me to come on in.
So did you play with Deion when he was in Albany too, or did that not happen?
I was in the 8th grade, and Deion was a senior in high school, so I never get to play against him. But we stayed in like the same neighborhood, so we always, you know, kind of played, you know, when we saw each other or just ran into each other, you know, as we started growing up. And Deion also, he signed with Florida coming out of high school, and signed with Louisville coming out of JUCO.
And then Preston's also from Georgia, right?
Right, they're both from Georgia.
Did you play with him at all?
No, Preston, he played for Washington County. They were kind of like a school out of our district, so we never got to like play him. But we could have played him. We would have like made it to the playoffs, but we never made it to the playoffs.
And then, how did it go about where you pretty much switched from basketball to only football?
It was kind of going on almost my last season of football, where I just knew that it was a time that I had to put all my eggs in just that one basket and just, you know, go for it. And, you know, I started off, you know, with the football against Florida State, and I just kind of knew then that, you know, they were going to probably be the ticket, because I was fast, I was big, you know. I was agile, but at the same time, I just had a whole lot of heart, and I just loved the game. So I just knew that if I just kept that passion and just kept working hard, that I could succeed at it one day.
Do you talk to the coaching staff now, like if you met Charlie Strong or anyone?
I talked to Charlie Strong today. Yes, I went to the complex to look at the new remodel that they done and stuff, and I like it. I saw a picture or two of myself up there, and then when I walked in the weight room, Charlie was walking by, and we had a few words and everything. So yeah, I saw him today.
And then, have you been to the new the expanded Papa John's?
Nah, I don't think I'm gonna go up there. I'm just probably stand on the field.
You're not gonna go all the way up to the top and see the view?
I'm a big guy, but no height's not my thing. But I don't know. I do want to go up there and just check it out. But probably not gonna be there long.
Yeah. So you go on the field for